ever tried to play Martin with balanced odds? Well, I have tempted it, and now I am going to show the game to you guys. So let's start the game review. I start off with I believe, fine move. Yep. I'm not sure what the best move was because it's a different position, but I went with e4, and he went g5, which is just immediately not a good move. So I continue developing into the center with what the game review calls another excellent move, and Martin blunders his pawn. So, of course, I immediately take, and then Martin threatens my bishop. I'm kidding, he completely blunders his queen. Unfortunately, for now, I did miss it. I did not have a perfect game, I'll admit that. So I take his pawn, and Martin blunders his queen a second time. Unfortunately, I still don't see it. I take the pawn, but rest assured, I do end up destroying him, and this is my first try playing him with these balanced odds. This game is actually part of a series where I will play Martin with balanced odds again and again, each with a higher level of balanced odds. This is lower level with minus 450 ELO, which means it's meant to be played with players 450 ELO less than you. I know Martin's 1,000 less than me, so I understand why I won so easily. So Martin goes queen c8, which is a miss, and now the evaluation says we are tied. Even though I started off with minus 4 points of material, the evaluation says we are tied. Pawn takes. I suppose it's not the best move. So he goes bishop h6, which is a blunder, and I take his bishop. Okay, so now Martin takes back, which is a fine move, obviously, because he's not going to leave it hanging. And I promote to a queen. I know chances are I'm not going to keep the queen for very long because, well, he's able to take it in multiple different ways, and it's kind of in his territory. But I thought, well, at least I get a knight, and also it's possible that he might let me keep my queen. But he doesn't. He takes with his rook, and now I go knight f3. You missed an opportunity to develop a piece, which is actually odd because I did develop a piece, like, just now. I'm not sure exactly what the computer's saying, but he goes b6, which there isn't particularly a reason for, so I threaten his knight, which is the best move. His knight's not at all defended, and if I win it, I may also be able to get points on the rook and break his kingside. He pushes, and here it says is my first blunder, taking the knight. I know I blundered. I didn't have a perfect game. I don't think anyone ever had a perfect game. And Martin actually does find it, surprisingly. I did not expect him to have a great move. And I blocked with the knight, which apparently the computer doesn't like because it lets him take with check, which Martin actually surprisingly does. I moved my king. Another check, which is not a good move, and I move my king. Now, queen c3 check, and king f4. Now, Martin is actually a brilliant chess bot, if you guys didn't know, and he obviously takes my knight. No, Martin not only doesn't take my knight, Martin also misses that I can take his bishop with check. So the skewer is still there, but he's not allowed to play it because he's in check. Now, in this position, Martin plays an absolutely amazing move. A move that not only stops check, but as well does something else amazing. As well as blocking check, it blunders his queen. So I take the queen with check. I feel that I'm getting close to checkmate. I wasn't sure if I should take with the bishop or the queen, but I realized if I take with the bishop, then I can possibly also win the rook with it if he goes somewhere like king d8, something like that. So I take the queen. He does not, however, go king d8. He goes king e7, but I continue with the checks, grabbing a pawn, creating a pass pawn, and trying to force Martin to the edge of the board where I can then checkmate him. So I go queen d7 check, not allowing him to go anywhere to the left side of the board and pushing him further to the right side of the board because Martin is forced to go to king f6. So now I deliver another check which Martin is still not able to go anywhere to the left. And not only that, he is yet again forced closer to the right, and he goes king g6, which is a forced move. Now I start to use my queen again, still forcing him closer to the edge of the board, corner of the board. If you see on the evaluation, it's forced mate 8. And so I go queen e6. King h5 is not a good move for a few reasons. First of all, you're getting close to my king, as well as the edge of the board, which means checkmate is coming. And if you guys saw the evaluation bar, it just went from mate in 9 to mate in 2, which I did find. A better move, probably best, likely would have been something like... Likely would have been king g7. King g7 is not a bad move. Let's go on the retry. Right, best. Okay, so bishop f3 check, which is the correct move, making it mate in 1. Because he cannot go up, he is forced to king h4, which leads to queen h6 checkmate. Put in the comments below if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to continue seeing balanced odds against Martin. I also created a fan club for my channel. I'll put the link in the description. And as well, if any of you guys are interested in lessons or custom-made resin chess sets, put that in the comments. I will be checking every comment and hopefully responding to them. Subscribe.